Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Kevin Pack here. As we know, in any business that we do, there's a lot of risk involved and there's also a lot of reward as well. And the same goes with an Amazon FBA business. I always tell people when they start an Amazon FBA business that they need to understand that this is an actual business. This is a product-based business and it's not just some get-rich-quick scheme, some kind of Bitcoin type of deal. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a legitimate business that can be sold around the world, and it's on Amazon, it can be off Amazon, it can be built as a brand like Nike or Gymshark or whatever the case may be. We are building something for real here. And so that is the mindset you have to go into with this business. We're not here to make quick money. We're here to build longevity and income in the long term. Of course, needless to say, we're also in this to create passive income and income that can sustain us for years to come. And just like any business with the risk of failure, we're gonna be talking about the 5 ways or 5 reasons that you could fail doing an Amazon FBA business. Now, personally, I fully believe that failure is necessary and it's one of the best teachers out there. But we also know that failure is inevitable, but we want to reduce the amount of times we can fail or the amount of risk that we have as much as possible. Now, before I actually go in and talk about these 5 different ways, I'm going to show you guys my seller account so you guys know I'm an actual Amazon seller and I'm in these businesses day in, day out, and I'm not just some random Asian dude talking on the internet. All right, so it's about 11 a.m. right now, and I'm about to pull up my business right here. Okay, so we got it right there in focus, and we're gonna refresh. Boom, that's a full refresh for you guys right there. So as you guys can see that there's a decline, but then there's a spike that's starting to go back up. That's because one of my best sellers is just now back in stock. It just landed back in stock just like a couple days ago. So now we're starting to see your sales start to climb up. So we're doing over $1,000 days for these last couple days, and we're gonna see more $1,000 days every day. Right now the account's at $28,000 in the past 30 days, so that's fantastic. But I think within the next 30 days, I think we can see somewhere between like $35,000 and $40,000, or even more than that possibly. So that's my account right now. That's a live update for you guys. Now, one of the first biggest ways, and it's pretty obvious, the main way that you can fail on Amazon is finding a bad product and sourcing a bad product. I've done a lot of coaching calls in my time of day, talking to students and people who just want suggestions and advice and some validation about their product ideas. I've seen some crazy ideas, man. I've seen some outlandish products, and I've seen some like, why would anyone think about doing this? Or I thought it'd be obvious not to do this product. But I forget that sometimes people are not in the same mindset as I am, so they don't know. They really don't know. So this is why I teach what I teach, because I want them to be aware and have a good eye on what to look for and what to source, because you could easily source the wrong product and lose thousands of dollars. We want to source the right product, but people think they can go on Amazon and source a water bottle and be successful, and that's not how it works. You have to understand that on Amazon, there are major brands already selling on Amazon. Nike, Adidas, Hydro Flask, Apple. There's a lot of major companies already on Amazon itself. You know, it's not like on dropshipping where people are on Facebook, so they're not really searching for a product, so they're not thinking about those big brands or anything. But when people are on Amazon, they're aware of, they're looking for a product, they're looking for a certain brand, okay? Especially if it's a very generic brand or a well-known product or something like that. Like, let's just say a water bottle. Okay, so Hydro Flask is a major company that's doing really well outside of Amazon, but also on Amazon. So when people are looking for a flask or a water flask or a water bottle, they already know that when they go on Amazon, they're gonna find Hydro Flask on there. Hydro Flask has thousands of reviews. They're a major company. So if you try to go in there, sell your flask or your bottle that has no reviews, no sales or anything like that, you don't have the same images, you don't have as good images, you don't have the same quality, you don't have the same marketing tactics, guys, you're gonna lose. People legitimately think that they can just source any water bottle and they can compete against people like Hydro Flask. And that's where they fail. That's where they mess up. They go into markets that are way too competitive, way too saturated. They think they can source a generic product and then they're just gonna make money off that. It's not how it works. you have to build your own business, your own brand, your own product. You have to go into markets that are not very competitive or not too saturated. And if you do go into a competitive, saturated market, you better have something innovative, something that really changes the game, changes the market. That's the only time. But other than that, most people fail because they go into these competitive, saturated markets thinking they can, they can source shirts or athletic wear or bottles or plates or something generic against top brands, and that's a terrible idea. So the best way to not source the wrong product is follow certain criteria that matches what other sellers are using to find successful products like myself. So in my course, I teach specific criteria that I use to find successful products and profitable products that I teach my students so that they can find the same type of products or same kind of products without getting into something that's too competitive or too saturated. And that's not generic as well. Not something that's gonna be like bed sheets or shirts or shoes or, water bottles or anything like that. They're more unique products. Link in bio for my course, by the way, shameless plug. If you guys wanna learn how to find successful, profitable products on Amazon, I do teach that in my course below, so go ahead and check that out. Hey, and while you're down there in the description box, you might as well hit the like button if you're finding this video helpful. I take a lot of time to script these videos and make these videos and record and edit. So, a like would really help me get noticed by the YouTube gods. So please, if you guys got a chance, just like the video real quick. Thumbs up real quick. I would really appreciate that. The next way you could fail on Amazon is by sourcing a product that has way too low profit margins. High profit margins for a product are vital for a few things. It allows you to maintain your product growth, and also it allows you to actually pocket some of that money for yourself, which is what we're basically trying to do. We're doing this business to make money, to have income. So we want to make sure that we have profit margins that are high enough that can cover all that. The best way to avoid this failure is find products with a minimum of 30% profit margins. I recommend personally, I would prefer like 40 to 50% just to be, even more safe and just have a lot more cushion. And we want these higher profit margins so that we have room to spend on advertising to grow our product, to pay money for more inventory, and to, of course, pay ourselves as well. If your margins are too low and you're sourcing products that are at 20% or 10% profit margins before advertising, you're setting yourself up for disaster, because you're gonna spend a lot of money on ads and you're not gonna have enough room per product to cover those ads. Instead, you're gonna be going negative. You're gonna be losing money per product you sell through advertising. So you guys have to have profit margins that are high that will cover those Amazon fees, those shipping fees, and then those advertising costs as well. The third way you can actually fail on Amazon is poor cash flow management. Now, this is a hefty topic, but cash flow is basically the lifeline of your business. It's what keeps it alive. It's what keeps the inventory going in, and there's always money going in and out of the business. You need to have enough money going in and out of the business to make sure that you can maintain the inventory and keep up with demand, and also have enough money to pay yourself. And that's one of the most important things about cash flow. You have to learn how to really manage it. If you start taking profits way too soon from your business, you're not going to be able to have enough money to buy more inventory to keep up with demand. And also on top of that, you're not gonna have enough money to spend for those advertising. When you don't have enough money to pay for inventory, you're gonna risk yourself to be a lot more out of stock in your business, and being out of stock on Amazon is really bad. Amazon penalizes your product for being out of stock for way too long or way too often. And what I mean by penalize is that they basically lower your BSR, your bestseller rank, and then also they won't show you in front of keywords that are making you sales. So if you used to make sales from this one keyword a lot, they will basically bring you down the ranking, so you won't be shown in front of customers more. Therefore, you're gonna be losing sales and losing money. So it's important that you learn how to manage your cash flow and not take profits so soon. Okay, wait until the business actually can maintain itself. That's when I started taking profits, is when I knew that, okay, I have enough money for inventory. I already know that I have enough money that's coming in from Amazon. I have enough money in the bank where I don't need to spend it for more inventory because I got it covered. Now I can take some of those profits. Everything's already covered. I already know it's gonna hold itself. So then I can start taking profits. So that's when you know, okay, if you find yourself like you're spending money on your inventory, and then after you spend money on your inventory, you don't have anything left, that means you do not have any money to actually keep for yourself. That's not that it's poor cash flow management. it's just not the time to actually take money, because you need that money for inventory. So if you get that money from Amazon, you got to be like, okay, where am I going to put this money? Is it going to go to inventory? Is it going to go to ads? Or is it going to go to myself? It needs to go towards the business and not to yourself just yet. Taking your profits from your business too soon will cause your product to fail, and you won't have enough money to keep up with inventory and demand. Being sold out for too long will destroy your listing. The fourth way you can fail on Amazon is by not learning how to persevere through your mistakes. You'll make a lot of mistakes when you're selling on Amazon. I know I did. I've made $10,000 of losses of mistakes on Amazon, but it's important that you identify what those mistakes are and that you learn not to do them again and not to repeat from them. You got to figure out, okay, if this is what I did wrong, how do I do it right next time? You got to learn how to be resourceful, find answers, and figure out the mistakes and how to resolve them. Because if you keep making the same mistakes over and over, you're gonna be in a circle with yourself and your business will fail because of that. The last reason that you can fail on Amazon is not learning to adapt to change. Amazon is constantly changing. It's their marketplace. So they're always changing the rules, they're making adjustments, and you have to be able to adjust to all those changes. You have to adapt yourself to it. If you are too stuck in your way and you're not willing to find out an answer or figure out a way to work around things, you're gonna fail. You're gonna ruin the business and it's gonna go down because you need to find those answers and adapt. Let's use this for an example. With this whole Rona situation, the pandemic going on, here's what Amazon's been doing. They've been limiting the amount of inventory that sellers can send into Amazon warehouses. So if you normally send 1,000 units when you order, they're only allowing you to send 100. And that's like a very, very bad problem to have, because we need to have inventory in so we can maintain our business. But if Amazon's limiting it, how can we maintain our business? This is where you come across the issue of learning how to adapt to the issue. You have to learn how to figure out answers around what's going on. So if Amazon is limiting your stock, then you need to talk to your supplier and think about, okay, can you hold inventory? Can you just send a certain amount to Amazon and hold the rest at your place? You know, or can you send the inventory to your own house and then you fulfill the orders temporarily? Or try to call a 3PL warehouse in the States where you can send inventory there and then they can send the inventory as you need it to Amazon. This is the kind of thinking you need. You need to learn how to adapt to the situations on Amazon. Otherwise, you're going to be, left behind and everyone's gonna be moving forward. Learn to adapt and you will grow. All right, guys, so those were the 5 reasons that you can fail on Amazon, but obviously I told you some ways that you can also avoid those or just work around that as well, okay? So we all go through these similar issues. I'm in this with you just like you guys are. So if you guys want to learn how to make your own Amazon business, start your own Amazon business, go ahead. Check the information on the link in the description below. There's a lot of links down there, but it's just the first link. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Go make that money. God bless. Peace.